Hey everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that I've been promising you guys for a really long time, and that is discussing whether or not you should choose to list an item on eBay as a single unit or as a lot. So now this is a question that I get a lot on my YouTube channel. So the examples that I'm gonna be using are going to be surrounding the ones that I get the most questions about, which is cosmetics. So the question I get is, when do you list a single cosmetic and when do you list a lot? And if you sell it as a lot, do you sell all of them the exact same, or do you mix up a bundle? So ultimately, this is your reselling business, and so it's up to you to decide how exactly you want to sell your merchandise. But I am just going to tell you my mindset, how I think about it, and then maybe the things that I do can help you decide how to handle best selling your merchandise. So while I will be using cosmetics as an example, this can all really apply to any kind of merchandise that you can sell. My YouTube channel is all about helping educate and sell more and make more money working from home. So if those kind of videos interest you, please do make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up while you're down there. I greatly appreciate it. And if you've been a follower of my YouTube channel for a while now, you will know that I love selling health and beauty aids, including cosmetics. I do have lots of videos about selling cosmetics. I will go ahead and link to some of them down in the video description. I'll also pin all of this information to the top pinned comment of the comment section. Selling cosmetics is really a good way to dip your toes into the reselling pool if you're wanting to branch out and try different things, because the cost of buying cosmetics in liquidation is very, very low compared to other merchandise that's out there. So now, before I get started with telling you how exactly I decide whether or not to sell cosmetics in singles or lots, I do want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, because they are my primary supplier for cosmetics. Wholesale Ninjas is a fantastic liquidation company that's out there right now. Never before have I seen liquidation so impeccably packaged so that the breakage is minuscule. Every single cosmetic that I sell comes from Wholesale Ninjas because the price is good. I know that I'm going to be receiving sellable merchandise, and I also don't have to worry about all of the cosmetics being just encased in stickers. If you buy liquidation, you might know that sometimes if you buy from a company, everything will just be covered in stickers. And when you have cosmetics covered in stickers, you want to talk about a headache. That's a headache. Backing can peel off, and if you peel off your backing, the cosmetic can come out of its packaging, and then if that happens, you can't sell it. More times than I'm willing to admit, I have damaged cosmetics and made them unsellable because I had to struggle removing so many darn stickers. The current active code is Lindey25, and it gets you $25 off of anything on the Wholesale Ninjas website. And I have a special surprise for you. I'm pretty sure that they just reset my coupon code. So that means if you've used it before and it's invalid now, you can probably use it again. And they don't just have cosmetics, they have all different kinds of beauty and general merchandise. I will make sure to link to my favorites down in the video description and have it pinned to the top pinned comment of the comment section. So thank you again to Wholesale Ninjas for partnering with me yet again and sponsoring today's video. So now let me go over all of the criteria that I personally have for when deciding to sell something as a single or as a multiple lot. So now the primary thing that you have to look at when you're deciding whether or not to sell a single or sell multiples in a single transaction, you have to look at logic. And when I say logic, I mean you need to do the math. Because if it doesn't make mathematical sense to list a single, then you obviously need to do it as a lot. An example of this might be the actual listed price comps of that item and then doing the math to see if you're actually going to make money on it or not. So this is something just as simple as doing a basic comp research, and I did an entire video showing comp research. I'll make sure to link that as a reference in case you missed that video. But you just basically look up the comps of the item and you see what price it's selling at, and then you do the math to find out if you're going to make any money or not. For instance, if you have a package of mascara and all of the competition is selling it for $5 and free shipping, if you do the math, if you take out the cost of a 4-ounce shipping label, your eBay fees, and your cost of goods, and then factor in maybe 10 or 20 cents for supplies. If you list it for $5 in free shipping and you're going to be in the red, do not list it just to compete with other sellers. This would be a prime candidate for doing a mixed lot. And if you only have one and listing one is your only option, Don't think that that is your only option. Put a pin in that, we'll come back to that later. So let's say listing a single doesn't make mathematical sense. Either you'll lose money or you'll overprice the item because of the cost of shipping. For instance, if you have an item that is really large and heavy and you're gonna have to ship it priority, suddenly the cost of selling the item is just significantly more than the value of the product. And so it doesn't make mathematical sense to sell it as a single. Again, we're gonna put a pin in that and come back to it if you only have one to sell. So now we've gotten past the logic part of whether or not to do a single or a multiple. Now let me tell you how I decide how I actually divide up the multiples. So there's two different factors that I take into consideration when deciding how big of a lot to make. The first one is based on multiples. So depending on how many of something I have, I look at the different multiple combinations to decide which might be a best option. For instance, if I have 9 of something, is it better to do all 9 together, or is it better to do 3 lots of 3? Or if I have 9 of something, if I have the listings to spare, maybe I'll sell a lot of 4 and a lot of 5, and I'll just do 2 separate listings. If I have 12 of something, should I do 3 lots of 4, 2 lots of 6? Should I do 2 lots of 5 and then a single lot of 2? I just basically break down the multiples, decide how many listings I have to spare, and look at the price comps to see what would be the better option. And this is where my second decision comes into play. How much does it weigh? Because when you're looking at the different factors and the different multiples that you can do, weight is an issue. Now, if you're doing something like cosmetics, all of them are pretty lightweight for the most part. But if you're selling something that can get a little bit heavy, how many can you ship in a package and still keep it a first-class shipping label? How many can you fit in a flat rate envelope? How many can you fit in a regional A box? So going back to the example where I was talking about having 12 of something, maybe I want to sell 2 lots of 6. Maybe I want to have a listing containing 6 and just have 2 lots of those. But if I'm trying to sell 6, suddenly it doesn't go first class anymore. That means that shipping is going to be more expensive. So then we go back to the first step, doing the logic. Can you make more profit if you keep the lot small and keep it first class versus having to pay for a priority shipping label because the package gets too heavy? Do the math. That is one of the most important parts when you are making listings and pricing them. You have to do your math to find out which option is going to make you the most profit in a single transaction. So if you just on a whim say, I want to sell 6 of something, but then suddenly you're having to pay for priority shipping, you might only be making $2 in profit. Versus if you do maybe 3 lots of 4 and you're able to keep the shipping at first class, suddenly you're going to make $5 or $6 profit and you'll have more lots to sell. You have to do the math. So I might say to myself, if I have 12 tubes of mascara, do I want to do lots of 4, lots of 3, or lots of 2? I might say, how many tubes of mascara can I ship for 4 ounces or less? Because if you are a newer seller and you didn't know, a 4-ounce shipping label is the absolute cheapest shipping label that you can buy. There's the 4-ounce label, the 8-ounce label, the 12-ounce label, and the 16-ounce label. Those are all 4 shipping tiers for first class. And first class is the cheapest shipping option, which means that the 4-ounce tier is the absolute cheapest shipping label. So I might think to myself, how many tubes of mascara can I ship and only pay for a 4-ounce label? Maybe it's only 3 tubes of mascara. Maybe if I want to do 4 tubes, suddenly I'm going to have to pay for an 8-ounce shipping label. So if I have 12 tubes, it might be a better option for me to only do lots of 3. So 4 lots of 3 tubes of mascara so that I don't have to pay for the more expensive shipping label. Throwing a whole bunch of numbers at you guys. I hope you're keeping up and taking notes. So when I am making lots, I base it on what kind of multiples I have for the item. And then the second thing that I look at is the shipping weight. How many tubes of mascara can I ship for a 4-ounce shipping label? If I have to go up to an 8-ounce shipping label, okay, how many can I sell and keep it at 8 ounces? If I'm looking at something that's a little bit heavier, like deodorant or body wash, how many can I fit in a flat rate envelope to keep my shipping the cheapest method possible, which I also have a video all about shipping heavy items as cheap as possible. I will also make sure to link that video down below. It's a really, really popular video on my YouTube channel, and I feel like it really helps you figure out how to ship heavy items as cheap as possible. But a lot of the way I make lots in my eBay store is based off of weight. How many of these items can I fit and keep it under 8 ounces? How many items can I fit and have it stay first class? How many items can I fit into a flat rate envelope and only pay $7.18 for shipping? Those are the things that I think about when I'm thinking about the different multiples of making lots. And then when I think I have an idea, or if I'm not sure, like maybe it's something like cosmetics and weight isn't necessarily an issue because cosmetics are so stinking lightweight, which is another reason why I love selling cosmetics, I might add. If shipping is not an issue, I seriously just do the math. So if I have 12 tubes of mascara and I think, okay, I could do 3 lots of 4. How much profit can I make on 4 tubes if I price it this way? Or on the flip side, if I decide to do 4 lots of 3, what profit can I get when I price 3 tubes this way? Or if I just want to try to move more inventory and sell lots of 6, what kind of profit can I make pricing it this way? It's about logic and math. Break down the different multiples that you can do on larger quantities, check the weight of the item to decide which might work best, and then do the math. So if you are doing lots, I do get a lot of questions about whether or not you do lots as the same identical item or if you mix it up. And this is where I say it's completely up to you. I personally prefer to keep it multiples of the exact same item because I know that for myself, whenever I will buy cosmetics on eBay, because yes, I buy cosmetics on eBay because it's so much cheaper than buying it at the store. I don't know why anybody buys cosmetics at the store anymore, if I'm being honest. Save so much money when you buy it on eBay. People must not know. We must educate the world. Buy cosmetics on eBay! I did my part, your turn. However, if you find that you have a lot of singles, remember how I said we were gonna put a pin in this and then we were gonna come back to it? If you find that you have a lot of singles that are not logically worth the mathematical value, that's me trying to sound smart again. If you have a whole bunch of singles that just weren't mathematically profitable for you, you might consider putting a mixed lot together of all of these items and selling it to someone who's interested in trying different shades or different kinds of cosmetics, for instance. And this is where I want to direct you to do a simple search for mixed cosmetic lots. I have personally found that selling mixed cosmetics lots is the most profitable on a site like Mercari or Poshmark. If you want, you can go do a basic search right now. Go see all of the lots that are selling on Mercari and Poshmark that are all mixed lots of different kinds of cosmetics. Go ahead, go look. Oh wait, did you go look? Yeah, I know. On Mercari, people are selling lots of 10 different beauty items for 25 or 30 bucks. Now, of course, there are some people that are selling more for less money, but I think a lot of those cosmetics are also used or the package is damaged. But a lot of the listings that I have seen for years now on platforms like Mercari and Poshmark are people selling typically 10 to 15 different cosmetics for around $25 or $30. And I think that a lot of these are just people that are into beauty and trying different kinds of cosmetics, and they see the value in being able to try these kind of items at a significantly cheaper price than going out and buying it at the grocery store. Which again, why are people even buying cosmetics at the store anymore? Don't they know how overpriced it is? Buy it on eBay! So if you have multiples of the exact same item, you might want to do lots of 2 or lots of 3 or lots of 4 or 5, depending on how your multiples work best for you, how much your item weighs, how much profit you can squeeze out of one of these listings in a single transaction. Or if you have a bunch of singles that really aren't worth the value, you might want to consider just putting them all together and listing them on Mercari or Poshmark. It's working for a lot of sellers out there. I mean, all you have to do is a basic search to see that. And it's not just cosmetics that sell that way. People will do personal care lots. You know, if you have a whole bunch of single shampoos, conditioners, body washes, lotion, and it's not really worth the price of just selling one single one, Lot all those suckers up. Do a mixed beauty bundle and sell it on Mercari. Get creative. These are all consumable products that people buy all the time. That's why I love selling beauty merchandise. It's consumable. People use it up and have to buy more. Everybody uses it. Everybody wants it at a good price. So give the people what they want. Sell the mixed lots, put it online, and watch the money come in. At least that's how I look at it, because that's how I prefer to sell the stuff. But sometimes you have to get creative. Sometimes it's not as simple as just listing one item on eBay and waiting for it to sell. Sometimes you have to branch out into Mercari and do a mixed lot. Sometimes if you need to move merchandise, you need to use logic, do the math, get creative. In closing, I do also want to point out that another reason why I prefer to do lots if I can instead of doing singles, even if the price for a single is a good price, it gives good profit, I'll still choose to do a lot of something because it moves merchandise faster. Resellers, I don't know about you, but I am in the selling business. I am not in the storage business. I only have so much space to work with, and I buy items in the hundreds or the thousands. I have got to turn and burn this inventory. I've got to move it out. So if I have 50 of something, I'm probably gonna sell it in lots of 5 or 10 so that every transaction I'm moving out bundles versus one at a time. That's just gonna take too long for my taste. And people will most definitely buy lots if you can get them a better price. For instance, if someone is gonna have to pay $8 for one, they might be more inclined to pay $20 for 3 because they get a better price. So lots are enticing to you as the seller because you can potentially move more inventory faster and get more profit in one transaction. And the buyer wins also because they're getting a better unit price. So I love selling lots. And hopefully all of the information that I just threw at you will help you get better at selling lots too. Right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Leave me any questions or comments down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put a lot of useful information in there, as well as all of the info that I talked about throughout this video and the Wholesale Ninjas coupon code. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.